But moving on to, so we talked about getting your job. What was it like when you first sat in the right seat of a multi-million pound aircraft and you're at the helm of it? What was it like?
Complete overload.
Yeah.
Sensory overload. Yeah, I mean, even like moving from like a fixed base sim going to a full flight sim, they're pretty realistic. The Cat D level sims, they've got real components and stuff, and the graphics are great. You feel the vibrations. You start to get some sense of how everything. That's pretty overwhelming. And as you're going through your training, you get good at the fixed base sim, and then you get into the full flight sim, and then suddenly you've forgotten all your calls and you're missing stuff again. But again, it's just the capacity thing.
Yeah.
And the same thing. I remember my first day out was at Liverpool, and you get to the aircraft. You do about 8 seats in the eight sectors in the jump seat, so you get to see how the crews operate. But it doesn't prepare you because you've been so trained throughout. You're on the simulator, and you do a briefing, and then they give you your load sheet, and then you fill in your performance, and then you talk about your performance, and then you do your checklist, and then you get clearance. But then in real life, it doesn't work like that. You might get onto the aircraft and they've already started loading, and then the cabin crew are asking, would you like any hot water or any waters or stuff like that. The engineers are coming in doing whatever, updating the paperwork. You might have a slot, so you might need to get clearance, you might need to talk to ATC. So it was just like complete overload of what was happening, or the passengers might be coming on board as well. It was just total. You're just like a rabbit in the headlights.
And how long did it take for you to get used to that? Like, are you still getting used to it now?
I mean, the first flight is always like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still remember it was we're operating out to Malaga. I was pilot monitoring on the first sector. We took off, and then there's like a syllabus of items that you need to get signed off during your line training, basically. And the first ones are like safety related. So making sure that like if the captain got incapacitated, you could land the aircraft. So you need to be able to, you have to get an auto land done. And also that also gets your auto land qualification done. Because you'd be no use as a trainee pilot if suddenly it was foggy and, now I haven't got my Cat 3 qualification. So there's a lot of safety stuff. But yeah, it's the syllabus is really good. You go through it. There's stuff you need to get signed off. And over time it becomes, you have more and more. You start off and everyone's waiting for you. And as time progresses, you do your bit and you're now waiting for the people. And it takes what I did. Probably my line training was roughly just under 70 sectors, 70 flights. And by then you get signed off and you're safe. But it's only once you get let go, a bit like when you get your PPL and you're on the line that a lot of the learning starts to take place. And as your limits get lifted once you reach a certain amount of experience, you can use more crosswind, you can do approaches with slightly less visibility and so on. It's just you just continuously learning. Every day is a learning day, 100%.
That's a cool way to take on it.